I got uninvited to a destination wedding because I didn't do enough to make the bride feel special, and no one agrees with her decision, but my boyfriend is still going, and I wish he would take my side and stay out of the wedding completely. My boyfriend, 35M, is the best man for his best friend's wedding in a few months. I, 31F, was originally invited to this wedding as his plus one as well. The wedding is a destination wedding at an extremely expensive resort. All flights and hotels for both of us have been booked and paid for already. I have met the bride and groom to be a handful of times, have always been friendly with them, and was invited to attend their joint bachelor/et trip as my boyfriend's plus one. I attended the weekend trip and had a great time getting to know everyone that will be at the wedding and was really looking forward to seeing everyone again at the wedding. I never felt any sort of animosity and came out of the weekend thinking everyone had a great time partying with each other. Turns out the bride felt some type of way about me and has uninvited me from the wedding. I have not had any conversations with the bride or groom, but my boyfriend received the news from the groom. From what I heard of the conversation, it seems like the groom doesn't agree with his fiancée and was really uncomfortable to deliver the message, but his hands were tied. My boyfriend has received details on what happened to make the bride feel that way towards me, and we both agree that it's a ridiculous overreaction and a huge misunderstanding. Long story short, the bride felt as if I didn't make an effort to make her feel special and was trying to take her spotlight. My boyfriend contacted the other friends who were there that weekend as well, and everyone is in agreement that this is an overreaction and misunderstanding. The thing that bothers me the most is that everything that was listed out that I was doing to make her feel that way, everybody else was doing it as well, but yet it seems like there was a magnifying glass on me and she has a vendetta against me for some reason. My boyfriend thinks it was a series of unfortunate events that started at a house party a few months ago when I beat her in Mario Kart and everyone was cheering for me. I voiced to my boyfriend that I'm more than willing to have a conversation with the bride to clear the misunderstanding to try and get her to change her mind. But at the same time, I'm not really sure I want to go to this wedding anymore anyways, as I would hate to be somewhere I'm not wanted. My reasoning for going would more so to be there to support my boyfriend and enjoy the vacation with him. That being said, I shared with my boyfriend that if the decision stays and I am uninvited, I would be upset if he still decided to go without me. I may feel differently if 1, it wasn't an expensive destination wedding that takes away valuable vacation days he doesn't have a lot of. Or 2, we were in agreement that my actions justified this decision in any way. For me, him attending without me feels like he's agreeing with the decision and is choosing to stick by his friend over sticking up for me. Am I overreacting for wanting my boyfriend to back out? Commenter 1, just go, and don't go to the wedding? Commenter 2, this is tough. But I agree with you, him still going would make me feel weird. I get it's not who he's showing up for, the groom, making the decision, but still. How did your boyfriend react when you said you'd be upset if he still went? Has any money already been spent on your or his end to attend? OP, my boyfriend has paid for both of our flights and hotel bookings already. The groom has said that he would pay him back for my portion as he feels bad about the whole thing. He felt that it was unfair for me to put him in an impossible position to pick between me or his best friend. From my perspective though, I'm not asking him to not be friends with his best friend, I just don't want him going to the wedding if I'm not invited. As much as I get why the groom has to take his fiancée's side, I think the groom should understand why my boyfriend would decide not to go if I'm not invited. Edit, while this got way more traction than I ever imagined it would. Thank you all for taking the time to share your thoughts and insights, it's been really helpful for me to read through and help process my emotions. This was all super fresh news when I wrote this out this morning and I've had some time to process. I think my next step will be to reach out to the bride to have a talk with her and see exactly from her perspective what went wrong that led her to ultimately make the decision to uninvite me. It's been a game of telephone so far, so it would be helpful to hear it from the source. I plan on apologizing to her during this conversation because even though it may seem like an overreaction and misunderstanding to me and others, what she felt was obviously real and real enough for her to make this decision. My hope from this conversation is that we can at least be cordial moving forward and be friendly for the sake of our men, even if we won't ever be true friends. We'll post another update once we've had the talk. Thanks again, Reddit. Edit 2, I've had another night to think about the situation. Reading through this thread and it is really split 50-50. Seeing the different angles of everyone's insight has been super helpful. I'm going to talk to my boyfriend tonight and mention that while my feelings of being upset are valid, it's not on me to dictate whether he should go to the wedding or not. I am understanding of the situation and realize that he should be there to support his best friend through this important life moment. He has made it very clear to me as well that he would be attending to support his friend specifically. I do agree with most of the comments here telling me that I should just go on the vacation with my boyfriend and have him minimize his time with wedding duties to the necessities only. I will bring this option up with him and hopefully we're able to come to an agreeable compromise that leaves us both feeling heard and understood. Edit 3. I told my boyfriend that I plan to reach out to the bride to hear her side of the story and apologize for any wrongdoings on my part, but he told me that he doesn't think it's the right time right now as the groom has been going to bat for us and bride has been crying a lot, so I'd like the dust to settle. I guess at this point I'm kind of at a standstill and waiting for a final decision to be made by the bride/groom. The wedding isn't for another few months, so we have some time to hopefully settle this, be on good terms, and maybe even look back and laugh at how ridiculous this all was one day. This will probably be my last update for a while until there's an actual update to give. Once again, thank you to everyone who took time to give your insight and share your wisdom. I was pretty 50-50 about my thoughts and seems like the internet is too. Hearing both sides has definitely been helpful for my thought process. Update. My boyfriend doesn't want me to come to the resort at all. This is a continuation of my previous post as that post is now locked. A few amendments to my previous post/comments. Turns out I actually paid for the flights, it's been so long since we booked, I forgot. The resort is technically refundable since you don't pay until you get there. The groom has said he would pair up my boyfriend with another guest that's coming alone as the rooms are priced for 2 occupants. I told my boyfriend that while it's valid for me to upset about the situation, it's not valid for me to dictate whether you should go to this wedding or not. I understand the tough spot you're in and I don't want to make it more difficult than it already is for you. Whatever the final decision, bride and groom, come to is, you should go to support, groom. If the decision stays that they don't want me at the wedding, maybe we can still go to the resort together, and I'll just enjoy some solo spa time while you're doing wedding stuff. That way we can still have some time together and you can fulfill your best man duties. He was very against this idea, saying that this would most definitely cause a lot of drama and alienate me further from the group. I said that he knows his friend group better than me and if he feels like this would cause more stress for him, I'll bow out. I mentioned that if he doesn't want me staying at the same resort, I could go to a different resort in that area so at least the flights aren't wasted. He was against this idea as well and said I should just stay home or go to a different destination completely. I have no reason to think that my boyfriend is being unfaithful as some of the comments in my previous post have mentioned. This just seems to be a point that we don't align on. He wants to make it as drama-free for the bride and groom on their wedding weekend by prioritizing their comfort and needs over mine. I want to be the understanding girlfriend so badly, but man am I torn between feeling neglected as the girlfriend versus trying to just let it go and not die on this hill. Commenter 1. Something else is going on beyond what you're being told, or your boyfriend and that friend group are insane, maybe both. OP, yeah, it's really frustrating to be the topic of discussion and not being allowed in on the discussion. Feels like I'm in a hole with everyone throwing shade at me and I can't even be there to speak up for myself. I'm just hearing everything through my boyfriend and it's still a big game of telephone. Commenter 2. He is being very unreasonable and I'd be sus about it. Seems like your BF wants some alone time with that person the groom said he would pair your BF with, and maybe that someone is the bride friends and wants to play matchmaker? I think you should go to the resort still, it won't make any drama and it shouldn't. OP, I asked who he would be paired up with and they're both guys that I know. I have no reason to suspect that he would be doing anything sus if he's there alone, so I'd rather not spiral down that road. I thought going to resort and doing my own thing was a great compromise as suggested by many others, but he wholeheartedly disagrees. Even going to the same country at a different resort would apparently cause issues. Commenter 3. Ultimately, only you can answer the question of am I okay with this? If you are feeling torn between wanting to be understanding but also feeling like everyone is being taken care of but you, maybe it's good to express this. Also, do you have any best girlfriends? Because you should take that plane ticket refund and go do a trip with friends. Gab. Don't stay at home, go see parents. Etc. Better to go have fun than mope. Up. This is a great idea. It's one of my best friend's birthday that weekend, and I wasn't able to do anything with her due to this wedding. Would be a great excuse to take a girls' trip together instead.